Yes, there is an awesome algae eater that you can keep with your African cichlids, but I'm also going to tell you about a few easy changes to make in your tank to reduce the algae as well. Ready? Let's go! What's up guys? If you're new here, my name is Kev from CavemanAquatics.com, and on this channel I like to make helpful videos that get straight to the point so that you can get back to enjoying your beautiful fish. If you like the sound of that, consider subscribing so you won't miss any new content. So, most of us African cichlid keepers know that the choices of tank mates for our guys are pretty slim. Usually African cichlids are kept with other African cichlids and not much else. But as you can see, there's always exceptions to the rule. When it comes to algae eaters that can handle their own against aggressive African cichlids and can also do well in African cichlid water parameters, a Pleco is your best bet, but not just any Pleco. The common Pleco is very easy to find in your local fish store, but I don't suggest you go that route. The common Pleco has a few more cons than pros. One, they can get massive, like over a foot long. You don't want something that big taking up all the space in your 40 or 55 gallon tank. Two, when they get that big, they actually get pretty lazy and stop doing what their intended purpose was, eating algae. And the funny thing is, while they stop eating as much algae as they used to, somehow they end up creating more waste, totally defeating the purpose. Instead, you want to go for the Bristlenose Pleco, aka Bushy Nose Pleco, same thing. These guys are not only always on the hunt for algae, they only grow to about 5 inches, which is a perfect size to be kept with adult-sized African cichlids. Not only that, but they seem to stick up for themselves more if a peacock or an mbuna decides to mess with them. They use their bristles to let it be known that they aren't a pushover. With time, the other fish tend to just ignore them, and the Pleco does the same. These guys have no problem sharing a tank in peace. A few things about Bristlenose Plecos: no matter what size tank you have, one is probably enough. If you got a pretty bad algae problem in your tank, give one mid to adult sized Pleco a few days and you'll be amazed at how much he can clean all that algae off. They'll get rid of diatoms, brown algae, green algae, and even that white biofilm that seems to always be on your glass. But they don't just stick to the glass, they'll eat it off your decor, your equipment, your substrate, everything. Honestly guys, I keep only one Bristlenose Pleco in this 210 overstock tank, and I never have to clean any of the decor, never have to scrub the inside of the glass. I'm telling you, this one guy is a workhorse. Now with that being said, after all the algae is gone from your tank, they're still going to need a food source because, like I said, they're heavy eaters. Plecos love to munch on some wood. It helps with their digestive systems and it gives them more of the nutrients that they need that they won't get from just eating algae. Now, even though most of us don't keep any real wood in African cichlid tanks because of what real wood does to the pH levels, it's a good idea to drop a small piece of real wood and hide it behind a piece of decor or something just so that they can munch on it when they want to. Dropping in some fresh veggies like zucchini or cucumber is also a nice treat for all your fish plus your Pleco. Bristlenose Plecos will also eat flakes and pellets and pretty much anything that sinks to the substrate. It's also a good idea to drop in some food or some veggie wafers right around lights out. Plecos are nocturnal and do most of their working and eating at night. So just to make sure that they're getting plenty to eat, feed your tank at your normal time so all the other fish can eat, then drop in some wafers or some other form of food at lights out, and hopefully some of it makes it to the bottom where the Pleco can get some. I know my guys are pigs and they attack any food at any time of the day, but it's worth a shot. Speaking of lights out, that's one of the best ways of reducing algae in your tank before getting a Bristlenose Pleco. Leaving your lights on for too long is going to feed your algae growth. Reduce your lights to 8 hours or less, and if you've already got a heavy algae growth going on in your tank, reduce it to 6 hours or less. Next issue would be your feeding process. Overfeeding is going to increase the nutrients in your tank that algae thrives on, the excess food itself, and the nitrates that food will eventually create. By reducing your feeding, it'll help in reducing your algae growth as well. And you know how I say, if you're a beginner in the hobby, you're most likely overfeeding. Cut it in half. Half. That's an inside joke. If you didn't get it, I'm sorry. Now, if you're new to African cichlids or you've been considering keeping your very own, I have a great webinar training with the top 3 secrets to successfully keeping African cichlid. And it's free. I'll put a link up here and also in the description below. Be sure to check it out. I hope that info was helpful to you guys. Remember to like the video and subscribe first and then watch one of these cool videos that YouTube and I think that you'll enjoy. See ya on the next one.